when it is snowing and we got to be outdoors. You know, we do here in Chicago depend on the plows to pave the way for safer streets.
Well, now there's a push by some who think that the city should also plow the sidewalks. We've got Michael Podgers. He is with Better Streets Chicago, and he says, yeah, it would greatly help the seniors and the disabled. Hey, thanks for coming on to talk about this issue.
Hi, good morning. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. You know, you and other advocates, you're circulating this petition for this. Let's ask you, first of all, what's the response from the public been about this issue?
Yeah, so Better Street Chicago, along with our partner organization, Access Living, have been campaigning under the name Plow the Sidewalks for several months now to make this a municipal policy. The response that we've gotten from the general public has been really positive generally. It's honestly an easy sell to tell Chicagoans, hey, would you like to never have to shovel your sidewalks again? And a lot of business owners and a lot of individuals, though, can definitely connect the dots that there is a problem with the fact that we don't plow our sidewalks, but we do plow our roadways. 1 in 4 Chicago households don't have access to a car, and just under 50% of Chicagoans don't commute by driving. So a lot of people, including drivers, are using the sidewalks every day. And when it snows, it's pretty easy to tell that a sidewalk has 1 or 2 houses or buildings that aren't cleared, that's not a cleared sidewalk. That is inaccessible for anybody and has a particularly negative impact on those who can't necessarily ambulate through the snow easily.
Michael, it's a brilliant idea. I would argue, how are you going to pay for it?
Yeah, so Better Streets, we are still working on getting more exact estimates of the cost, but so far everything that we've been doing has been indicating that it would likely be less than 1% of the city's overall budget, and that's not even accounting for where you could create more efficiencies by having this all coordinated across different departments and different service agencies, and the fact that a lot of the machines that you could buy could potentially be used in other departments in other roles at different times of the year. So there's a lot of potential to make sure that this is a pretty cost-effective program as well.
Now, are you seeing problem areas in the city where you're seeing sidewalks not shoveled more so than others?
Yeah, so some of the big problem areas, it's not necessarily consistent throughout the city, but some of the main consistent problem areas that we see are obviously properties that are abandoned where there's no building or structure on it or no business. A lot of industrial sites and construction properties are a big problem because there's nobody who's maintaining that property or necessarily paying attention to it. Underpasses and overpasses, especially by highways where ownership of the property adjacent is kind of ambiguous. These are some of the big problem areas that we see, but there's also problem times. One of our first snowfalls was over New Year's, and guess what? A lot of people go out of town, and that can mean a delay of 48, 72 hours before people get to do their snow plowing, even if they're trying to do their due diligence. And you know what? For some people, 24 hours, that's a problem. That might be the time frame that you need to go to work or go to a doctor's appointment. And that sidewalk being blocked, that can negatively affect a lot of people's lives, or the blockage of bus stops as well. That's another problem.
And a lot of people drop dead, I hate to say it, of heart attacks this time of year. I mean, there's a lot of really good reasons for this. Best of luck with the idea. It's a terrific idea.
Yes, thank you. And we're hoping for the best.
All right, Michael Podgers, Better Streets Chicago. We'll see how it goes.